Are you Matthew Aldridge?
I'm the attorney of fact for Matthew Aldridge.
You were what?
The attorney of fact.
Attorney what?
Of fact.
Attorney of fact. And what does that mean?
You know, his authorization to do legal representation.
Are you a licensed attorney?
No, I'm simply an attorney of fact.
Okay. And does that mean you have a power of attorney? What is your name? What is your name?
All right, guys, today's court case is wild. We got a man named Matthew Aldridge, or at least that's what the paperwork says. But the guy at the podium is refusing to admit his name. Instead, he's calling himself an attorney of fact, which isn't even a real legal thing. Classic sovereign citizen move. These people always try to claim the court has no power over them. But here's the truth. If you're in the court's area, the court has authority, period. And this judge, he's not falling for it for even 1 second. By the end, he completely outsmarts this guy. Let's get into it.
Yes, sir.
I don't have.
You don't have a name? Pardon?
I'm the attorney of fact for the respondent mayor.
Well, let me explain to you. Only an attorney at law can stand in court and represent a criminal defendant. And to do so otherwise violates the criminal law statutes of the state of Tennessee and could land someone who attempts to represent themselves as an attorney at law in serious trouble. I understand what you're saying. I understand you're saying an attorney in fact. And what I want you to understand is that if you have a power of attorney, then you need to demonstrate that power of attorney. Do you have a legal document called a power of attorney?
No, I do not this time.
Okay. Then you don't have any authority to act on behalf of Matthew Aldridge in this court. You have no legal authority, nor do you have any authority through a legal document to represent or to act on behalf of Matthew Aldridge.
Why don't the court just let me file this document?
Show it to the bailiff and he'll show it to me. Apparently there's a copy here.
So here's the kicker. This man actually hands a judge a random piece of paper to prove he's an attorney of fact. And no, you didn't miss much, because the paper was literally quoting a fake law he just made up. Real lawyers have to be licensed by the state and follow real legal rules. You can't just print out a piece of paper and call it law. Sovereign citizens love to pretend they're above the system, but spoiler alert, that never works. Courts go by real laws, not imaginary ones. And this judge isn't here to waste time on make-believe. Honestly, are these cases becoming more common, or am I just cursed with running into them all the time? Let me know what you think in the comments.
All right. Well, I find that Matthew Neal Aldridge has failed to appear personally in this court for the plea day on his case, which is set for trial tomorrow. And as a result, you have no standing, sir, under what I know what you're trying to do is to try to use the sovereign citizen approach to this situation. And I'm simply telling you that you do not have the right to represent Matthew Neal Aldridge. If you are, in fact, Matthew Neal Aldridge, then you need to say so and stop this nonsense, because what you're attempting to do has no legal effect. You cannot challenge the criminal law or the jurisdiction of this court by simply filing some legal mumbo jumbo having to do with civil litigation. That has civil litigation in it. It is not a criminal case that you have cited. So it has no effect on this court regarding the criminal statutes of this court. This court is empowered under the Constitution of the United States of America and the Constitution of the state of Tennessee, and by the duly elected citizens of Cheatham County to empower and enforce the laws of the state of Tennessee. And that is what I'm going to do regarding Matthew Lynn Aldridge. Mr. Aldridge is set for today to appear in court personally on what we call our last plea day before his trial date tomorrow.
Is that an Article 3 trial?
To what?
Would that be an Article 3 trial? A trial by jury with jury?
It would be a trial by jury. Certainly it would be. But I don't know who you are. And I don't think you have any authority if you are not Matthew Lynn Aldridge to appear before this court. And you are wasting valuable time that all of these other citizens who are here today. So when I'm talking, you stop talking. No, you will when I'm finished talking. You are wasting the court's time by doing this, and I'm just simply instructing you that if you are in fact Matthew Lynn Aldridge, then this is your last day to settle your case. The trial date is set for tomorrow, and unfortunately, it will not go forward because of the fact that I have a conflict and I have to be in Stewart County on a civil matter. So we're going to assign a new trial date for Matthew Lynn Aldridge. All right. To Matthew Aldridge and the individual standing before me whose name must not be uttered.
The judge in this case is a total pro, calm, sharp, and shutting this guy down at every turn. The attorney-of-fact argument didn't even stand a chance. He ripped it apart piece by piece. You could tell the judge was either fed up or just used to seeing this nonsense all the time. And the funniest part? When the guy refused to say his name, the judge clapped back in a way that honestly made me laugh. Judges usually stay serious, but this one wasn't having it. From the start, it was clear he wasn't going to waste time on this circus. At the end of the day, this just proves how pointless these sovereign citizen stunts really are.
Then we will set a July 15th trial date for Mr. Aldridge. Whatever this document is that you have filed is in fact invalid because it does not cite any valid criminal statute, and therefore deny whatever that might be in the way of a motion. The trial date will be July 15th. The last day for Mr. Aldridge to enter a plea or go to trial will be July the 8th. July the 8th. Now, we're going to give you a card. If you are, in fact, Matthew Aldridge and you're just playing games with the court regarding this nonsense that you filed, then you may get this card and you may go on about your business. If you are not Matthew Aldridge, then I would suggest to you, you relay to Mr. Aldridge that he must appear on July the 8th, or a bond revocation will take place, and his case will be will take place with him in jail, incarcerated on the 15th. That's the judgment of the court. You need to take your...
Sovereign citizens are on another level. They think they can just opt out of the law by saying they don't recognize the government. They'll ramble about things like common law or the UCC, but they completely misunderstand what those laws even mean. Reality check. Courts run on federal, state, and local laws that have existed for centuries and are backed by the Constitution. There's no magic loophole where you just say, the rules don't apply to me. All they're really doing is wasting the court's time and ending up with more charges. Legally, their entire argument falls apart on one word: jurisdiction. If you're in the court's area, you're under its authority, no matter what. Judges have heard every trick in the book, and they don't buy it for a second. And if you try using this nonsense for taxes or traffic tickets, not only will it fail, but you'll probably get hit with even bigger penalties. Honestly, I don't get it. Do they think they're outsmarting the system? Or is it just rebellion for the sake of rebellion? Either way, it's ridiculous and kind of sad. They're not beating the system. They're just embarrassing themselves. Anyways, guys, that's my breakdown for today. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop your thoughts about sovereign citizens in the comments. Thanks for watching, and take care.